All right, hello everyone. Happy 2021. We're setting positive intention for this new year. And we got tarot card readings and an angel card. And we got the dice. I love the dice. It has a planet and the zodiac. So it's another way of divination, right? So setting the intention, divine, guardian angels, archangels, ancestors. So always set a positive intention for the reading. I shuffle these cards a lot. I mean, when I say a lot, I shuffle them, you know, a lot before I come on. And I should have grabbed that little card, but it's all good. I have so many little card holders. I think I'm gonna grab this one if I can. Eek! All right, I like that. When the idea hits me, I gotta go with it, you know. So set your intention. We also have the astrology reading as well, okay? So that will be good. Definitely please click subscribe, click like. It helps the channel, helps the algorithm of this YouTube channel for others to find my channel. If you enjoy the reading, great. Thank you for being here. And yeah, there's a couple of things I want to say at the end. Definitely watch the monthly videos because there'll be more added on to that as far as astrology goes, right? So let's take a look for Cancer, zodiac sign Cancer. I got these cute little ring finger things. So let's see. I can't shuffle it like that. I have to do it like this. Setting the intention for zodiac sign Cancer. Yearly reading. What can Cancers expect for 2021? All right, set your intention, guys. So we're doing the Celtic cross. I really love it because Spirit responds to the formation. And I like to do 11 instead of the 10th card. I like to, you know, do a little extra one right there. And I love this camera setup. So you can, like, you know, see the card layout. All right. So check it out. Setting that positive intention for water sign Cancer. And the year starts out all about the Seven of Swords, okay? And when we think about seven, we're thinking about faith because you're being very optimistic at the start, right? And the swords are words, right? And the swords, this one represents uncertainty if someone is taking from you. This could be energetic too, and words, right? So if you're in a relationship where someone's words aren't the best, you're going to have to find some kind of resolution for that. Any kind of betrayal or deception, this card represents, okay? So it's either you're trying to really save yourself from these bad words, or you are really just shifting yourself and trying to put up with whatever this type of situation is. So the heart of your matter is really being in a relationship that is clear, that there's no kind of deceit, okay? And what could be causing that is your fear of letting go of, you know, this type of negative behavior. So how can you just let go of it, have it come to an end, and so on? You know what I'm doing? I have like this little incense that I'm burning under, frankincense under the tarot table, just to set like that positive energy as well. And I wanted to let you guys know I make oils, so I dip some of the oils in these candles. And I know that you Cancerians can, even though you're a water sign, you can appreciate the beauty of the candles, right? So, you know, we're just setting the intention, that positive intention for you to kind of work through the blockages of getting rid of something, or really firmly putting an end to a negative relationship, right? And it can also represent in work, right? So how can you make some kind of resolution where it comes to, your job, you know, your work, right? And this, I feel like this can also be like a family situation as well. So what is going to cause this challenge for you, right, when this issue is really letting go? Now let's look at what can ground you, what can give you stability, what you can focus on, and maybe an unknown influence. I like the moon. I do also associate this also with Cancer. Cancer can work well with the moon card. And, you know, this is you trying to find the right way to go about handling any kind of negative relationship, any kind of negative situation that you're facing. And you want to kind of clean up the year and start it well. So with the holidays and everything, it's just dealing with it the best way you can. But know that as you go along, you'll find the right answers this year on how to lessen all of your bad relationship, and try not to attack them all at once. The best way for Cancer to deal with negative situation is you can use humor. You can also do it in a gentle way. You guys have your own way of doing it, and really listen to yourself, your own intuition on how can I better move through this problem, move through this situation. So you guys are going to find that way, okay, of dealing with any relationship that's not healthy. This is the year for you guys to really work through this type of negativity, this type of blockage also, right? So deal with this the best way you can, because there's an underlining story here. There's many stories under this. It could be not feeling comfortable where you're living, or not feeling comfortable about what someone else is experiencing. And it could also be a lot of issues from the past as well. But know that the moon card is telling you that, you know, just work with this very slow. There's no need for you to rush solving this problem. Deal with it as slow as you can, but make sure that you're making progress, so that by, you know, the middle of the year you can see such a change. Okay, now you guys got the 8 of Staves. I love this. This is the past, where you were doing a lot, you were making a lot of progress, you were just putting the energy out there to better yourself, to better your situation, and also to work on closing and ending things that need to end. Okay, the Tower card is not an easy card for a lot of people, and it's viewed as a negative card, yes, because it's like a confrontational card, and Cancers are not really best at that, you know, unless you happen to be one of the strong Cancers. Yes, then you can really handle dealing with any form of negativity and really shutting it down. But traditionally, Cancers don't want to deal with that, right? Your future is the King card, okay? Now the King of Swords is about using your words again. And you got another, I'm cheating, I'm going ahead. But you have the King, okay? And the King here is letting you know how powerful your words are. And using your words to help you with this 7 of Swords situation, okay? This type of deception. It's more like it's something that grows. Before the 7 is a 6, and the 6 is about growth. And this betrayal, this deception, this behavior that you're dealing with is close to home. But this King, the King is here as an authority, and you have to be an authority of your voice and expressing how you feel, and also not just putting it off. You have to make the step forward, especially with this Moon card. The Moon card is here to help you to know how to use your King of Swords, okay? And don't feel like you have to rush, but make progress. Every time that you feel that you're meeting up against a struggle that has to do with trust and other people's words, you know, whether they keep it or not, you have to make sure that you're saying something in the moment, because you only hurt yourself when you say nothing, even if you have to do it with a little bit of humor, or say no, like, you know, and finding a phrase that you would use in a disagreeing way that is light, you know, it fits your personality. So it's really being ready. It's thinking ahead of any kind, and this is really important for all signs. It's like stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And that's like another thing that we should have learned in 2020. If you watched my What Should We Have Learned in 2020 video, that's one of the things that we should have learned in 2020, is to be ready, get ready. And that's your future. Your future this year really is setting that intention this year to be like a stronger version of you, right? And it's to be ready. It's to know the right words to say this year. It's knowing the right words to say this year. And I feel that for Cancer. I mean, I'm using the cards, but I really feel for Cancer this year, it's get ready. It's if you know the person that you're dealing with, know the right words to say, know the right ways to phrase it, like have that plan, you know, so that you are ready, okay? Now, another suggested approach, okay? This is a Two of Staves, but it's upside down. So this is feeling like you're still not having the plan, okay? I feel like you're resisting taking the time to think about being proactive and being defensive in the best way, you know, defending yourself in the best way, right? When people use the word defensive, it's usually in a negative way, but let's say protecting yourself, right? So it's learning what you can say to that person. And some of the situation you can't end. Some of the relationships you can't end right away, because maybe it's family, it's friend, you're invested in some way. So when it comes to that, you really have to know how to deal with it and really stop it right there. Now, this is what you need to know, right? And then this 8 spot also represents how the person sees you. So the person can see you as not really doing anything really about their actions towards you. So this year is really going to be about your reactions to whatever you're going through. And the warning or your hopes and fears this represents, and this can also represent a guide for you, is that the eight of Swords, the words are powerful. I can't even, like, words are powerful this year for you. And it's all about how you're using words and how you're not using words this year. And this can go into all areas of your life. It's like anytime you feel trapped, just know and confirm that it's not anyone else that is blocking you, okay? It's even if it's their actions, yes, their actions, they're responsible for it, but this card is saying that you can actually free yourself from that, right? So finding the way of really lessening any kind of draining relationships in 2021. 2021 is that get ready year, you know? It's a 5, and many different meanings to 5. It's really bringing together all that you've learned, right, from a 4 year and making the best of it. 5 can also mean adversity, you know, some challenges, especially in tarot, it can represent that, right? So it's all the different levels, you know, the sword, the wand, the cups, the pentacle. It's all the adversities, the challenges that the 5 brings, right? It can bring conflict, loss, worries, disagreements in 5. But 5 can also be how you can work together to overcome it, to get to 6, which is growth, which is an even number. So 5 is good. It's about how you're going to work with the different elements, right? That's for everyone, the different parts of us. And the one of the final message is a celebration, which is a 6, and we're in 6, and 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands is growth, right? And the the ones, it's representing like moving forward. It's representing the progress you've made. So some of you Cancers might graduate, might finish some kind of program or training, or maybe you feel like I finished this way of thinking, or I'm done with this relationship, I'm done with this way of being, and you're making now a positive way for yourself, right? And this is great because this is what is needed. It's needed to make a positive way for you. You know, you don't have to live any way that someone else is telling you to live. Maybe you feel like you've made one simple win by standing up for yourself or handling the situation in the right way. And just remember that, you know, someone's way of handling a situation is not going to work for you based on your personality, and you really care. And, you know, make sure that you're not caring so much that it's not allowing you to feel like you're winning in life, feel like you're enjoying your life. And it's ending with the 8 of Cups. And I feel like this has to do with also the eclipse year that we're going to be having. Not only the meaning of time alone to think and so on, but the eclipses bring about a big shift, a big change. It could be sudden changes, big changes, new things happening, and it's all happening in air signs, all the 4 eclipses happening. So this card does show an eclipse, right? A solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse. It shows an eclipse, and I feel like it's a big shift and a big change, because once you feel like, hey, I deserve better, I want to improve on protecting maybe my business, right? Protecting my work, protecting my home. Maybe you've had some kind of theft in 2020, you know, so it's really protecting your space and your home and doing it the right way that doesn't create more problems, right? So there's like no ego or feeling like, hey, I should have done better, I should have done this, and it's no blaming anyone. It's like your heart is good, your heart is in the right place, and this year is about just creating better relationship. And the 2 of Staves, you know, it's like not really knowing what direction you want to go in, and feeling like there's a cycle of, hey, I don't know what direction to go in, I'm not really sure where I'm going, how to do it. And don't worry about how others view you. The way that they view you is not as important as how you view yourself, and don't feed into any kind of negativity, okay? I'm trying not to forget the angel cards, so I'm going to put it right here. This incense is strong. This room is most definitely zenned out. So what sign and planet can you easily learn from in 2021, Cancer signs? Okay, so you can easily learn from Mars, which is quite interesting. That is Mars. Okay, you can easily learn from Mars. Mars has no retrograde this year, just like Venus. So you can learn self-empowerment. So tap into the positive, strong aspects of Mars. It's not going to be quick to fight, right? It's going to be more a protective shield around you, and tap into maybe the guardian angels that resonate with Mars, and, you know, just tap into that energy for strength, because, you know, you guys are, you know, flanked by like Gemini and Leo, right? So you have that air and that fire surrounding you as a water. So really tap into that communication of Gemini. Tap into, you also have that within you. That's how, this is coming from a yogic background, from studying, you know, different forms of spirituality. We have all of this within us in our birth chart. So we have to realize that, you know, we can benefit from studying ourselves and understanding all that makes us, right? So you can learn easily from Mars and Leo. I didn't even realize that when I said Leo. So another sign you can learn from is the sign after you, Leo, okay? And just learning how to handle yourself in negative situations, any losses that you've had, okay? One more. So what's a sign and planet that might be some kind of difficulty for you, or associated with like people, you know, and energy also, but also, you know, whatever is difficult to learn from, it can also be a positive too. So what is it? the Sun and Libra, okay? So Libra might want to have you balance things out faster than you want to, so it's all good. It might be like a type of court situation that you guys might be dealing with, or something that potentially could be legal. And the Sun represents the self. So it's really balancing out the self that Libra is trying to help you with. And it might be hard for you to hear that, because maybe some of you might be holding on to some kind of, you know, bitterness, right? So just see what the year brings, and see what you can manage. But know that this Eight of Staves is from your past of pushing things forward. And just realize that where you are right now, it's based on, just for everyone, our actions, right? And we can change it, we can shift it. So just know that whatever spend its time is overdue. Think of it in the positive way. This card is just telling you that, you know, there's a chapter to every season, a book to every season, and then something has to come to an end. So finding the best way to deal with maybe someone not being honest with you, betrayal, deception, or people stealing from you, or feeling like you're losing, you know, maybe energy, or losing your happiness or your own personal time. But manage that, whatever that is, manage it, you know. It always seems more difficult when we're in the situation, but if we are positive about it and create positive people around us, then we only make it better. So what angel can come on in with a positive message for all the beautiful Cancers, the sweetheart Cancers? Oh, miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. And you guys have so many sword cards. 8 of Swords, 10 of Swords. I think, did I skip 10 of Swords? I did. 10 of Swords at the mind, right? Your strength, or at the mind, or what you, this is your hopes and your goals, right? And what can help you overcome it. It's your mind and your strength. And it's the betrayal. I forgot. Oh my God. Okay. So I shouldn't have turned it around. So the top card, I know you guys are probably watching going, you didn't do the top card. You didn't do the top card. But the 10 of Swords is about betrayal. Someone really backstabbing you. Hold on, Angel. We're going to come right back to you, Angel girl. So we have the 7, right? This is your main issue right here. And look, the 7 manifested into a 10, right? It's, you know, bad news is not good, but I mean, when you have me, and I can, even if it seems negative, it's not negative. It's just saying, hey, this is what we need to work on, because the astrology is going to show that when I start telling you the chart. So this 10 of Swords is like, whatever that betrayal is, maybe sometimes we're looking at it as someone else is doing it to us. And really, a lot of times it's not someone else that's doing it to us. It's the choices we made before, and that bring about that story. So, and it's not your fault, right? It doesn't have to be, say, your fault 100%. It's not a blame thing. Sometimes people think that, oh, this is what I want, and they act on that, and then things change. So we have to like connect to that water energy, right, Cancer? So your intuitiveness can really see, okay, all right, this is gonna work, or hey, you know, this is not. And any kind of friendship or any kind of situation that you see what's really going on, you can let it go. And that's what that 10 is saying. It's a down and it's a low energy, but things will pick back up. Okay, things will get better. It doesn't feel that way when you're in it, but things will get better. This angel is the angel of nature, a miracle of nature, the miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. Hello. Okay, and this angel is here to help you to ground yourself, to cleanse yourself, to let it go. It's kind of like, I like the look of the flower. I think of a lotus, and I think of like through muddy water, through dirty water, it produces something beautiful, right? So out of something bad can come something great. And intuitively, I feel like I want to give you guys another card as well, okay? Another message for Cancer, okay? Chamel, open your heart, Archangel Chamel. Thank you, Chamel, for removing the barriers around my heart, okay? So healing your heart, that's another angel that's coming through. Healing your heart, okay? Work on healing your heart, whatever that experience is. You know, work on letting time and letting the everyday work that you need to do to heal your heart, okay? I feel like doing 3. Now, if you guys, if the same card pops out, I like to just pull, you know, an extra card for Cancer. I feel that, you know. And the year is saying manifest miracles, Archangel Orion, okay, Orion. Okay, thank you, Orion, for manifesting your miracles in this world. This is so beautiful, okay? So know that you can manifest things for yourself this year, and look at what it is that you need to improve and improve that and make it better. You can do that this year. This year has a lot of support behind it, especially with Venus not having any retrograde. We can really tap into a lot of the alignments. I'll be putting up videos on that, so you'll know ahead of time, and it will help you. And you can use meditation. You know, it's kind of like I'm crossing over with my channel, but if you're watching tarot, then you're definitely also into you know, healing modalities, and one of them is affirmation. I'm very strong on affirmations. I've been doing them for years, and they work, and they're powerful. I feel weird saying that. I feel like whatever I know it, and I don't say it in my videos. And now I'm starting to say it, because like I know it, and I'm like, okay, everyone's in my head. No, they're not. So I have to say it out, you know, out loud. So let's look at the astrology. I wrote down some aspects that's happening for you guys, okay? So everyone is going to be vibing under these same astrological alignments, but how you're going to use them is going to be different based on your element sign and based on your actual sign. So the big major astrological events happening is, of course, the Age of Aquarius, and I covered that in other videos. It's a new way of thinking. All of the biggest alignments are happening in air sign, especially whenever Jupiter and Saturn meet up. It's going to be an air sign, so it's going to be a new energy, a new way of looking at things, a modern way of looking at things. And with Aquarius being a future thinking sign, it's going to really propel us into our future generation. So everything that's going to happen within this next 10 years is going to be a big shift. I feel that. And the next 20 years is going to be even bigger, but hopefully we're using it in the right way, in the correct way. Okay, that will benefit us. And that's the challenge, okay? So another one is Venus and Mars conjunction. That's a big one. Saturn and Uranus square. The squares are frictions, right? So it's how we're going to use it to help us with our freedom and how we live that and perceive that. Mercury retrograde in all air signs. That kind of goes along with this new Age of Aquarius, okay? And all these eclipses happening in air signs. Yes, in air signs, but also in fire signs as well, okay? So Mercury retrograde, January 30th to February 20th is in Aquarius. So when this retrograde is happening, and for all the retrogrades, you want to make sure that you get things done ahead of time, okay? That's going to be really important to you. And from your reading, you have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is always ready with words. And words are going to be healing. Even though it's air in your water, words comes from emotions, okay? So you're a water element. Everything starts with the emotion before they're even forming the words. So using, even if it's angry words, you say it out in your own private, like even in grunting sounds. There's different techniques that you can use, but it's letting go of the emotion and tapping into the power of words to heal, right? Because you don't want to get stuck, no matter what the situation is, in an 8 of Swords where you're trapped by your own words and your own emotions, okay? So January 30th to February 20th in Aquarius, you want to just observe how you're living your life where you're not allowing yourself to move forward, and that's the start of the year. So even by saying less and not agreeing to things during Mercury retrograde, you want to communicate less, listen more, and learn, right? And this is all going to push you forward. If you do it right, it's going to push you forward for the rest of the year to make better choices. May 29th to June 22nd, it's Mercury retrograde in Gemini. This is your communication, so be mindful of what you're saying. This goes for all signs too. September 27th to October 18th in Libra. This is where it's like, okay, how can I balance out myself? Even if you feel like you've been getting things wrong, this is like near the end of the year, which you should be doing better because you're more prepared because you're watching this video. So it's really balancing out everything that has to do with yourself. And kind of like when we rolled the dice, we got Libra, and we also got the sun sign. So it all has to do with yourself. So talk less, observe more, and not agreeing to anything that will keep you trapped, okay? Because we have that Saturn and Uranus square, so everyone's going to be looking out for their freedom, okay? No Mars and Venus retrograde this year, 2021, so use those positive aspects to better benefit you, and that will be posted in the monthly videos. The lunar eclipses are happening May 26th in Sagittarius, okay? And yes, and that's the lunar eclipse. The other lunar eclipse is happening November 19th in Taurus, okay? Solar eclipse is happening June 10th in Gemini and December 4th in Sagittarius. And this is a great time to rethink things. The moon is more emotional things, and the sun is more what's good for self, okay? And sometimes what's good for self is great for you, right? And that's good. So let's start small with you, okay? Emotions for the lunar, self for the solar. On the bigger scale, like in a community scale, you have to make sure that this isn't going to go in a negative way, because we're in the age of Aquarius. So we have to be mindful for big changes, big endings, okay? Unexpected new beginnings and endings will be happening. So really prepare yourself and know that if you're going to be a part of your own solution for yourself, that's what you have to be working on, okay? And when I'm doing these readings, I'm wondering, how are you connecting this with yourself? And it really takes a person to really think about what's going on in their lives and apply it to it. And it really does work in all the readings I've done. These lunar and solar eclipses, it's going to show on the bigger scale changes with words and laws, right? And on a bigger scale, the worldly scale, is the way that we communicate. We're going to have inventions and stuff that's really, or ideas that's really going to take off, okay? And new ways regarding travel, the way we travel. So this lunar, and especially in Sagittarius, May 26th, Sagittarius governs travel, right? So it's going to be the emotions around travel on that lunar eclipse. And Taurus lunar eclipse is going to affect more of the home. Gemini is how we communicate in June again for that solar eclipse. And the December 4th one at the end of 2021 is going to be about, it could be about law, philosophy, how we're viewing things, and the philosophy will pretty much affect the law, and also how we travel. So from May and then December, we're going to see stuff affecting our travel, okay? The full moons and the new moons, you want to use those all of those signs to benefit you. Look at your birth chart and see how it can benefit you. I can't do like every chart video, but I can do videos with examples, right? So watch out for those. Your sign, full moon and new moons, because we're talking about full moons and new moons right now. Your sign, if there's one in your sign coming up, then use that one, because there will be. And the elements also you can work with, which is you know, water signs, right? Water and earth, full moons and new moons are really powerful for you. And also your opposite sign, which I believe, I want to say it's Capricorn, right? Capricorn, okay? So look out for that. Uranus squaring Saturn is tension, and it's a tension, right? So it's all about the progress and moving forward, and your love for freedom, your own personal freedom, which is that Uranus, but also your Saturn wants to look at implementing some traditional ways that's good to keep things organized in your life. So with your core meaning, with the Seven of Swords and the Tower, it's like, if you're still experiencing that type of tension, you would have to figure out mixing a traditional way of moving forward, but that doesn't hinder, you know, your freedom to do what you want to do. The Jupiter enters Pisces on May 13th to June 28th. It could happen in the 11th house and 12th house. Everyone will feel a little bit of both, or more of one or the other. The 11th house is more your friendships. So if there's negative friendship endings or positive new friendship starting, it will help you with your hopes and your dreams, right? So focusing on what you want in life, right? And how to better yourself and your health and your happiness. Your health and your happiness is pretty much tied together. So it's really working on that. Okay, the 12th house is more your intuition and your dreams, and not self-sabotaging yourself, not making things worse for yourself, and really looking at the things that you need to make closure with. And that's in the end of spring, or in spring and summer, because that's happening in May and June, July to July, this Jupiter. And remember, Jupiter is about luck, right? And Jupiter in Pisces is really listening to your intuition. This is for all signs, listening to your intuition to make the best decision that you can make, that can move you forward. All right, so don't forget to subscribe, watch all the videos that's coming up on this channel, the monthly videos. Subscribe and click like. It helps others find the channel and all the algorithms, everything like that. You know, it's really important. I know a lot of us are saying that because it really is important to subscribe. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Click like. Happy 2021. And realize that whatever that you're going through, you can shift it. I see that the year is getting better. You're going to feel like you win your own little battles, and really straighten things out. And just knowing when things need to end, and to allow the new and positive to come on in. So thank you guys so much for watching. Happy New Year, and see you guys next time. Bye.